Jane King, live at the NASDAQ. Brought to you by Circulus Digital Media, Indiana's locally owned digital media expert.
It is 7:24, and Jane starts with Columbus-based Cummins.
Earnings come out soon, Jane?
Yeah. They do, yeah, any minute now. So, the company's been really interesting to watch in recent years. Its business in China was hurt by COVID restrictions. It's been impacted by rising diesel costs. Now, Cummins executives have reiterated recently their support of the CHIPS Act that was passed in Congress to build computer chips in the U.S. So we'll watch for those numbers. They're expected to have a conference call with analysts at 10 o'clock this morning. So we'll get some more details then as well. Well, Simon reported strong occupancy in its malls and raised its projections for this year, but it says some of the retailers that it owns stakes in are seeing sales soften due to inflation. In fact, the CEO said inflation was starting to impact JCPenney, which Simon co-owns with Brookfield Asset Management. Well, U.S. manufacturing expanded at the slowest pace in 2 years last month. The figures highlight softer demand for merchandise as the economy struggles for momentum. And the Starbucks union is asking the coffee giant to extend pay hikes and benefits to unionized stores. Now, in May, Starbucks announced it would raise wages for workers at the non-union stores. The company says it's unable to make changes at the organized stores without collective bargaining. Well, it was kind of a jump ball type of day yesterday. Markets mostly lower. We were looking for direction. Now, this morning, China shares down more than 2% as geopolitical tensions rise over Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. And in fact, U.S. markets are getting weaker as we get closer to the open. Down about 200 is the indication for the start today. Live from the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Just when we think of Jane as a New Yorker, she uses a basketball analogy, and we're reminded she's a Hoosier.
Yes.
Always a Hoosier. Yeah. Well, Boilermaker.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get that right. All right, so the Mexican pizza saga pulled.
This again.
Yes, this again. So it's pulled, reintroduced, pulled again. Now it sounds like there is hope for its cult following.
It sounds like it's going to be coming back permanently at Taco Bell. So the CEO says it will be relaunched in mid-September, and it will be a permanent item at that time. It sold out quickly when it was brought back in May. I've never had this Taco Bell Mexican pizza. I'm going to have to try it.
Sounds
People
like
love
you can now.
I don't, it's not great to talk about yourself all the time, but I will say this is one thing that I loved in
What do you
college.
think about me?
I do have a common bond with people wanting this menu item back.
Was that your crave?
It was. I haven't had it, in 20 years or something, but it was my go-to. It's that good.
We'll stop short of asking about the
Sounds like you'll get your
circumstances that led to that.
And that's when I was actually a Hoosier, Jane.
There you go. Full circle. Jane, you have other work to do. We'll let you get back to it. Always we appreciate it.
All right.